All right, ladies, we are going to check out Mossy Glen, Iowa by Large H Mapping, and he is going to be riding around the video with us here. So we actually get to hear from the mapper talk a little bit about his video also, or his map also. Excuse me. So to begin with, we start on the one main farm, I call it. Technically, three farms here, if you want to call the hog barn by itself a farm, but just a nice
Yeah,
little
I
area.
would say 2. I would say 2 farms and then 1 optional if the
Yeah,
player really wants to.
I can
Like, if you're
agree
gonna
with
do
you.
hogs, I think it's perfect if you wanna do hogs, but yeah.
And I mean, it's literally you could buy the pig food from the store and do it like they do hog confinements where you don't even run any land and it's just the hogs. Or you can just get the feed mill mod put in and run right through the hog barn your own corn and everything. So I'm going
Yeah, the
to jump in and buy a vehicle quick. If I can
yeah,
figure
the
out my
only thing with the feed mill there is it being such a large placeable on this map, it's gonna be hard to find a place to place it.
correct. And honestly, with this
Yeah.
map, I'm gonna have to figure something else out with the feed mill.
I would say just make a thing there in the little 4 base shed at the shop where you can just buy pig food, back into it, and you're buying it
Yep.
from the neighbor or
Uh,
buying it from a subsidizer, I don't know.
And this is something that hasn't been done before on a map. I mean, let's just say first looks, map preview, kind of the same thing here. But this is just a old farm, I call it. And the reason I know a lot about this area, I drive the highway that's here quite a bit. I live near it. And he actually made the sell point. You have to put it in the bin with an auger. So yes, you have to buy an auger to put it into the sell point, and it's like acting as if you're selling to a neighbor. So then, therefore, the store is right down here also, which is just a
Yeah, I
interesting
just did
niche.
yeah, I just didn't feel like making up a big sell point for this map or a big store area, so I just turned a little tiny farm into your sell point.
Yeah, and I mean it kind of fits. Old farm right down on the edge of the map. I mean, what's better than this? Or I mean, rather than taking up farmland, it is farming simulator. So
Yep. And if you cut through behind that shop there instead of getting on the main road, you can go see the couple little fields there in the back, um, which
and
I don't know. I like that.
we got
What do
plenty
you
of
got?
ditches, plenty of ditches all the way through here.
Yeah, there's plenty of ditches in this map for sure. But I believe, take a right there in front of the 4 base shed, or you can go behind. Either way, there should be a road back there, and then there's just fields back there behind that you can buy. But it's really a nice, pretty location. One of my favorites to actually kind of harvest.
Oh, watch out for the
Like
washouts.
plenty of them.
And you really
But
did
yeah,
pick a heck of an area. I mean, there's one made road, concrete road, and then the rest are just little fingers the farmers have made over the years that get you back to the fields and also through the timbers. So it is a nice little area.
yeah. The thing with this map that I want to do was kind of something different, where the idea wasn't so much on the farms itself, but more so enjoying the location.
Yeah, I perfectly understand you there.
Because it's a small map, I will say that. We're not using the whole map by any means with the amount of trees on it, but I think if a player wants to just enjoy the view and kind of relax on a map, this is the perfect map for that.
Yeah, and just jump up here into your PDA main map here quick. And like I said, one main road and it doesn't even touch most of the map. It is a work in progress, so we got to get a few things worked out yet. No big deal there. And as we keep progressing, I should say, H keeps progressing, it will get better and better. And the, I don't know how to put it, H, but with
What
every,
you thinking?
I mean, you got plenty of trees in here, but in our area,
Mm-hmm.
there's not pine trees like Farming Simulator wanted you to have to
No.
actually harvest with their tools and everything. So you guys will have to
I,
get a chainsaw out and buck the trees down, pull them out with skidders. And it is realistic to our area. There's plenty of skidders around this area going after all the trees.
yep, but you will need your own placeable sell point for that.
Correct. It's not built into the map. The lumberyard isn't even close to here in real life. It's just,
No.
I think personally, you could do trees, no problem here. But it is a great farming map all around. And whether or not you want to do the little bit of beef cows that is offered standard on the map, that's up to you. There's quite a few
I would
dairies
say,
around the area, but not in the area.
yep. I mean, beef is really the big expectation on this map, I think, if you want to do animals. Or yeah, I guess you can do hogs as well, but beef is where it's at for cattle. I'm sure there's plenty of placeables out there that you guys can use. Create your own little pastures, and there's plenty of grassland on this map.
Oh yeah, and that's we're gonna burn right up this road. I should have got a faster one, but the next little area I like to show is actually the road that would take you back into the center of the map more. Right now we're on the bottom right hand corner of it, so oh do 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 do. Anybody got some good music to listen to?
No.
Aww.
You can listen to me cry, though.
I don't hear it.
Wow.
Nice ravine. You did a really good job with that one.
Yeah, I was surprised with how well it turned out. The road looks very similar to what it is in real life. I made sure to copy the actual road markings. So
Yep.
where the passing zone is and where it's actually passing on one side or the other, that is correct to the area.
Nice.
Which is which is
That's
not something
nice.
it's not
No,
something I usually do, but I decided to take the time to do it with this map, and I think it turned out really nice to actually have the correct markings. And then the
I
signage on the map is correct as well. So the one or two signs that you'll see.
I think it's a great little touch, and finally hearing from the mapper himself, the final little touches that he does like that. A lot of people won't even know about the area, and honestly, me as a mapper and a player, I never even looked at that before. But now that you said it, it's a nice little touch.
Yeah, no, it's not something I usually bother with. Getting the road markings correct takes some time, but I
Yes.
figured I would go ahead and do it. It didn't take me too long to do, so I think it was a nice touch to have for sure. And you took the little road there.
Hey.
Yeah, you took the little road that goes right back to some of the other fields, not back to the very
Yeah,
back.
I forgot about that road. I was looking for it.
Yep.
I was wondering why my game was stuttering there for a second. Now I remember. Streaming in Discord and also recording in OBS. So it's
Yep.
not the map, it is my system.
Yeah, it's the fact that I can actually see what you're doing.
Yeah, we're not in an empty
Yeah.
server by any means doing this. So
No.
I'm just tooling around, kind of running around the backside. And as you guys could see with Leona, if you played it, if you haven't, go play it. Large H does not do any size map that is 100% farmable down to the every last little corner. He likes a wooded area. I can't say little because it's not, but I mean,
I I like the idea of creating a border with trees and basically making it so that the player can never see the end of the map. It's kind of
and
my whole thing.
and it fits. He picked such a hilly area through here that you literally have the horizon after another set of hills. So it is
Yep.
accurate to the area. And I
Yeah,
know I'm off
and
the beaten path, but I just wanted to show a couple of the ravines back here just to get a sense of how hilly it actually is.
yeah, I never realized how hilly that map was going to turn out to be, but just beautiful area. And you're going all the way back in the back, aren't you?
Uh huh. I
Oh
know.
Lord.
We're only going 40 mph, but it'll be alright.
Yep. You can always reset the vehicle if you don't want to travel all the way back.
Oh, yeah, I know. So this is some of the hayfields in the very back that he's got. I mean, this
Yeah.
is a good sized hayfield. Let's be real here. And
I think it's huge, to be honest, for the
and
size of map.
and in this area, a lot of times what they'll do is do like a 3-year rotation on your hayfield, so that way you're constantly rotating it, but not every single year because these hills. I mean, these hills are huge. This would be a waterway if you ended up taking it out. So you'd want to leave that in just before it washed out. But yeah, standing on top of this and then looking down at your little gator down there, that's massive. Then let me get back to the gator quick. Kubota, side by side, whatever you want to call
It's
it.
a gator.
And and we are
I
just going
mean,
to pop right back up here, kind of where I left off on the road. That goes back in some more. There's the thing about a map like this, you don't have a lot of detail on buildings. So the map maker gets to express himself a lot more than, say, worrying about building a farm and this is what the buildings look like and this is where they got to be placed. H had it down to the point, yeah, he followed the fields and the little roads like this, but he got to put in all the weeds and all that where he wanted it. And I think he did a great job. This is literally what it's like in real life. I went the
too much
wrong
time
way.
invested. Yes, you did. Too much time invested. The weeds took way too long for what I wanted, but I like
But,
how it turned out.
I mean, now that you're to this point on the map, can you say it was worth it?
Yeah, for sure. I think it makes the map, makes it look like I actually put some time into some of the blank areas where the waterways run. And took the time to put in all the waterways by hand, along with all the weeds, so and the bushes as well. So that took quite a while.
As you guys can see on both sides, the little bit of strips there, terrace, waterway, or grass strip, just for your conservation side of it to control the water, slow it down, and everything.
Yep, there's a good mix of terraces and waterways on this map. Terraces are generally in the bottom of the map, and then waterways are mostly at the top of the map as you kind of follow the hill.
Yep. And you can see in the PDA down there, right where they would be most likely. And
Yeah.
my really big interest for myself, I haven't even been through this map completely yet. I want to get to this back corner where it just gets to be a massive hill. And it kind of, I don't know how to put it. There's another road back here outside of the map boundaries that he couldn't fit in that would connect the backside of this map. It's just, there's no way you could have done it. So he left this side as kind of the main access point. I just want to run down into the timbers line to see. To just to show you
Uh,
guys that Iowa is not flat. It is not flat. In the center of Iowa, it's flat.
yeah, I was gonna say the center is flat, but west and east very much not so.
No. And I can't remember. Is there a hayfield back here?
You'd have to check the PDA. I don't remember. There might. I think there is. You'd have to look.
Yeah, no. You got field one as that
Yep.
large hayfield. But
Yep.
this is a little path, so technically you guys could do a hayfield back through here through a waterway, just like they do in real life. I mean, like I said, they got a rotation going on, and you can see the little line on the PDA down there. Not very well, but this is how you can access your back fields. Say one crop's ready for before the other,
Yep. But again,
and
that puts the player into management of how he's going to access these fields. Kind of plant your early season crops as soon as you can, and then work your way back.
correct. And oh, we just hit that one really hard,
Rolled it.
and we're on the
There you go.
wheels. We're good. Minor
Act
details.
like it never happened. But yeah, there's quite a bit of land back there in the top right, or top left.
Top left.
Yeah, top left. I'd get lost on this map still.
You haven't played it enough.
No, I've tested it. I have not played it at all.
And by testing, he means very early testing. It'll be a bit yet before you
Yeah,
guys end up
testing
seeing
it.
this one.
Testing as in make sure I've broke nothing and close out.
Yeah, and right here, as you guys can see, one little terrace in. That's literally all it is just flatten out so you don't have as much runoff, and then it flattens out the bottom side of it also. So this is the area I wanted to go walking. I'll let me get to this grass field once. Wow. That's wow. It's a big
Just
field
the
and a
subtle
big
roll.
hill. Yes.
Yep.
I've never actually been in
And it
this
just
back
drops.
part. Yeah, I
It
never
just
actually
drops.
been back here in real life. So I've always wanted to
Yep.
know how bad it
Yep.
actually dropped. And I'm coming up to the border here soon, so I got to be careful with it yet.
Yep.
But
But I did
yeah,
leave in the actual field. The field is back there, but there's no actual paintable or mobile field back there. But the area is clear.
right. There's no, I mean, in real life, you'd go all the way around and down the hill on the road. You wouldn't actually
Yep.
have a little cut through here like you're
Now, the
thinking.
one field I have thought about putting in is if you open the PDA, to your very left there, bottom or middle, I guess technically.
Oh,
See
that one
that
got.
one? Yeah, I want to put that one in maybe
Yeah,
because you
see,
could.
the gravel road kind of cuts across this corner, but just
Yep.
outside the edge yet. So these
Yeah,
are
there is a
mowable
farm
farm,
to
but
there's a farm to the right of field one there, down in there somewhere.
where did I leave my little Kubota? And then instead of tracking all the way back out of this, as you guys can see, it's a 1x map, and it feels a lot bigger than that. This would be the only path that is visible with Google Maps to even come into this back part, and I think it was from up along field 2
Yep.
here,
Yeah,
and
it leads
they
to
actually run that.
another farm, but they make that little track up the mountain there. Or I guess hillside.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we drove past the bee farm already. So now I'm going to do a little slower drive-by just to give you guys a view. And it's not a big setup by any means. It's just like a little hobby farm, so to speak.
Yeah, I would say
And
mid-sized to smaller, if
what
not.
amount of cattle head do you got for that?
40 in the little barn there, and then I think 60 in the lot itself.
I
And
got you.
if you want to put in anything in the pasture, we can up that to like 150.
Yeah,
Uh,
I definitely think I'm going to end up doing the pasture up for you, just to
yep.
make it up there a bit more so it's plausible, and then it would be like a beef cow operation slash crop. You're not going to feed everything you own to the beef by any means.
No, I just remembered I got to put in a bin for you guys to use on that little farm there. We don't have a bin to use, so I'll definitely do that.
And I mean, nice little hill farm here. Sneak
Yeah,
around
so
the backside.
that farm there is entirely made up. There's nothing there in real life, and I
Correct.
just kind of want something that was fitting of Iowa. And I thought a beef farm would be very kind of realistic for the area. So,
Yeah, and on this edge of Iowa, we start to get into Wisconsin, the dairy land, which
hmm
there's still quite a few big dairies and also small dairy farms over this way that I, I mean 150 to 300 head is where you're looking just to stay alive anymore. So you didn't pick that spot necessarily of Iowa, but
no,
beef farm right here where we are now is huge. There's plenty of beef farm all the way down here, including fattening out the Holstein steers.
yeah, I wanted something that would complement my other maps. So, for instance, Hannah is your big grain farm. Leona is your big dairy farm. This is more so your smaller equipment, smaller head count.
Yeah, and I mean they
But
still
you
use
can,
like a 30-foot platform. You'll see guys running around combines with the 8 row head here all day long. You got to watch the steepness of your hills and everything, but this would be what you consider your main farm, big farm, crop operation.
yep. Which another
So
one that's made up, not there in real life, but I thought it fit the area. So,
yeah, it does, and I mean it's not overly large like you guys are saying. I'm saying big farm because obviously we're the map we're on. But
yep.
with that being said, you got all the farm ground around you. You got plenty for grain storage, equipment storage, and then just look at the view right out back. That's like the best thing
Yep.
ever. Wait for fall when the trees change.
Oh yeah. Map is really pretty during the fall. Absolutely beautiful.
Ah, I see you put a lot of bumps in the road, eh?
You betcha.
Typical Iowa road. It's not a county secondary gravel road by any means, but it's not a main traveled highway either, so it kind of gets
No.
neglected here and there. But then a nice little path coming back into the other sections of fields. You got two or one little one, big one, and then we'll see if any of you guys get deer this year or not. But he does have one little nice tree stand back here. Where'd it go? There it is.
Right in front of you. Yeah, there are two on the map currently, so
Find the other one. Dare you.
yeah, exactly. Not that hard to find, but it's out there.
Uh, player's too big.
Should be.
Can't fit in.
Ah.
I can't get him anyways. But yeah,
Well,
I
you are a
dare you
squatch.
guys. I dare you guys to find or to get a deer here and prove it. And then I haven't really fully decided how realistic we're going to go with the crops on this map. Um, in Iowa, as many of you know, unless you're a dairy farmer or need the crops, we don't really use the oat, wheat, rye, barley stuff here as much as you think. A lot of it is alfalfa hay that we get for our cows. And then if you guys know of any others here in northeastern Iowa that you use, it's just what we have in FS right now. So the other option is feed your cows straight corn silage. That's why we're doing beef. You can just fatten them out real quick with that. And then you got your hogs. Thank Western Iowa for his hog building.
Beautiful hog barn. Just a beautiful building, you know.
And with this setup, um, yeah, all right, never mind. I got to remember how he had the building set up. The manure is
The
on this
little door
side.
there.
No, the
Is it?
manure is on this side. It should be.
Good. Good. Because if it was on the other side, that'd be
You
bad.
didn't even think about it, did you? Right there.
No, it never came to mind. So,
So as long as you guys have a trailer that will reach up there, I don't think the convey all does, but you guys will have to maybe just landscape a little bit to get high enough to feed on the top of the bends like Western made it, like you would in real life.
Yeah, you can
And
always use a auger.
yeah, place an auger down, set an auger up, whatever you want to say. That one, I forget what that holds, but you just left that as what Nick had, right?
Yeah, I forget. Is it 1,000?
I think so.
Is it? Yeah, something
And
like that.
then
Plenty.
also Western's nice machine shed here. So that one works out pretty nicely. Kind of sets in place. You guys got plenty of options. I mean, what I think I'm going to end up doing, I'm definitely going to own the hog farm. It's going to be a good way to make money, but you also get a nice machine shed with it. So maybe you own both of them. You always got, with 22, you always got the option to expand. So don't throw anything out. Then I'm going to fly up just a little bit because we're right on the edge of the map again. So another little hayfield here. As you can see, he didn't paint any trees back here because there's no way to get back here.
And you're never gonna see it. So why are you looking at it, Squatch?
Because look at that ravine. Just look at how
Yeah.
hilly this place is. I'm showing everything off, H. You calm down.
Oh, not my dirty laundry.
But yes, it's a beautiful map, and the amount of rolling hills, the waterways that you got in here are just unbelievable. And I mean, look how many little places that you can pick. And as you guys could tell on the beginning of the video, he takes his pictures in the map that he's currently working on. So I mean, look how big of a hill we just got to go up to see the farm. That's, I mean, honestly, we're showing the farm or the hills off more than the farms, but there's a reason behind that. So,
Yep. I would say the actual scenery of the map is more important than the farm itself. As much as I do enjoy the farm layouts, the actual fun part is farming it for sure.
I agree with you. And get back into some of the strip tills, as you could say, where the conservation of rainwater and everything is most important, just to make sure you guys don't erode out the hillsides. But pop up just a little bit more again to get a good view. I mean, we're pushing 30 minutes already, so I think H, unless you got something else to say, this would be a good time.
Nope, nothing. I got nothing.
All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by and checking this out with H and hopefully we can have something coming up more. And keep an eye out on both our channels for some more videos and content from Mossy Glen, Iowa.
Cries.